Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about one of Germany's finest, the Mercedes AMG GT. We'll dive deep into what makes the AMG GT special, as well as its other variants like the GTS, the GTC, and the GTR. Grab some sauerkraut and bratwurst as we go from 0 to 60 with the Mercedes AMG GT. While at the Paris Motor Show in October 2014, Mercedes revealed to the world its new AMG GT. Two models were available in 2015. The base model was the GT, and a higher-end model named the GTS. Later in 2017, Mercedes launched two more models, a more performance version, the GTC, and the ultra-high-performance, track-capable, record-breaking car, the GTR. The GT is the base model of the AMG GT family, but it holds its own with its 4-liter twin-turbo V8 engine, mated to Mercedes' top-of-the-line 7-speed speed-shift dual-clutch transmission driving the rear wheels. The engine produced 470 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. The GT's body is stunning. The car has an aggressive yet confident look to it. Its long hood, housing that beautiful V8 bi-turbo engine, shows off its power, and its fastback sloping roofline and wide wheel arches give it an elegant and luxurious feel. But if I'm honest, I wouldn't expect anything less. If you're liking the content, then consider subscribing to the channel for more supercar videos just like this. Entering the GT, you're met with Mercedes' traditional, beautiful leather interior. The central console features 4 dials on each side, which allows you to change the driving modes, the exhaust sound, the suspension height, traction control, the engine start-stop button, and you can also switch between manual and automatic driving modes. The center console also has a rectangular gear selector and a center scroll wheel that is used to navigate through the GT's various different information screens that are seen on its 10-inch display. Later in 2015, Mercedes AMG launched the second member of its AMG GT family, the GTS. The GTS is just like the regular GT, but with more performance and luxurious options. The engine power was bumped to 516 horsepower and 495 pound-feet of torque. The GTS also included an electronically controlled limited slip differential, race mode, an advanced adaptive suspension system, and AMG's performance exhaust. The GTS also wore 19-inch wheels in the front and 20-inch in the back. In 2017, the GTC was introduced at the Detroit Auto Show. It was a step up from the GTS. The engine's power was again increased, giving the GTC 560 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque. While the GTC retains the same mechanical advantages that the GTS has over the base GT, the GTC does have a wider body and also active rear steering. As part of the debut of the GTC, Mercedes released a limited edition model, the Edition 50. It offered 2 color options, a matte gray and a matte white. The Edition 50 GTC has black chrome exterior trim, forged cross-spoke black wheels, two-tone silver or black against gray leather. It featured a suede-wrapped steering wheel with Edition 50 and the letters 1 out of 100 printed on it. 50 copies were sold to the United States, and 500 were sold to the rest of the world, which explains the 1 out of 500 on the steering wheel. During the Goodwood Festival of Speed in 2016, Mercedes introduced another member of the AMG GT family, the new GTR. The GTR is the highest performance variant of the GT. It makes 577 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque with its 4-liter twin-turbo V8 engine. The engine is in what Mercedes calls its Hot V configuration, which means that the exhaust manifolds in both turbos sit inside the V of the engine. This means that air travels into the turbos and then right into the engine, due to the very short piping. As a result, the GTR achieves instant power and eliminates turbo lag from the equation. The GTR can accelerate to 60 miles per hour in just 3.6 seconds and has a top speed of 198 miles per hour. The GTR has all the bells and whistles that the GTC has, in addition to manually adjustable coilover springs, an active underbody fairing, a manual adjustable rear wing, and an advanced traction control system. The GTR is also much closer to a race car than a luxury car. Keyless start is removed along with the garage door opener, heated and power folding side mirrors, and the GTR comes with the lightweight 4-speaker audio system that the GT comes with. The exterior of the GT is noticeably different than the GTC. The GTR features a rear wing, vertical slats in the front grille, front air intakes, as well as a rear and front diffuser. The GTR also served as the safety car for the F1 World Championship in 2018, and then recorded a lap time of 7 minutes 10.9 seconds at the Nürburgring in 2019. A roadster version was later introduced in 2019 as well. Mercedes brought roadster versions for both the GT and the GTC, along with a facelift. The facelift increased the power output by around 10 horsepower, and the cars were given the Pan American grille from the GTR, the GT3, and the GT4 race cars. Both the GT and the GTC roadsters used the active air management from the GTR to help with airflow and cooling. The GTC roadster retains the wider fenders as the coupe version. The roof of the roadster is fabric and is built around an aluminum, magnesium, and steel frame, and they were also available in black, red, or beige color options. The GTC Roadster also has a 50 edition model, which I mentioned previously. In 2020, Mercedes AMG launched their new GT Pro. The Pro is basically a normal GTR, but with extra aero pieces in the front as well as in the rear. The Pro uses the same twin-turbo V8 as the GTR, but the Pro does offer more advanced suspension and other upgraded electronic components. The Pro's interior is similar to the GTR's, but it does look more modern, with a sleeker gauge cluster and center console. The Pro also has lightweight bucket seats with the 6-point racing harness that helps it shave off 20 pounds of weight when compared to the GTR. The Pro is a beautiful car, and if you thought the GTR was insane, the Pro is even more track-worthy. Mercedes AMG has been majorly involved in motorsports, and this video would not be complete without mentioning it. At the Geneva Motor Show in 2015, Mercedes presented the AMG Gt3, which was a race version of the GT. The Gt3 has a 6.2-liter naturally aspirated V8 engine, the same that is used in the SLS AMG Gt3. The Gt3 consists mostly of carbon fiber reinforced polymer to keep the car within the limits of the FIA regulations. The car competed in the Blankenplane Endurance Series in 2016, and also in the 24 Hours of Nürburgring, where the Gt3 came in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 6th positions in the race. In 2016, the Gt3 made its debut with multiple teams in the Super GT GT300 class. By 2018, all Mercedes racing teams had switched from the SLS AMG Gt3 to the new AMG Gt3. A GT4 version of the AMG GT was presented at the 24 Hours of Spa, and is based on the GTR road car. An updated version of the GT3 was introduced at the 24 Hours of Nürburgring in June for the 2019 and 2020 seasons of the FIA series. The AMG GT is truly one of Germany's best, and is one of the most beautiful and awesome looking cars I've ever seen. The long hood, big engine, and short tail is such an incredible and jaw-dropping combination. The simplicity and elegant curves, the rich sound and raw power, the menacing stare and pure luxury are what make the AMG GT truly the best there is. Thanks guys for tuning into this episode of 0 to 60. If you liked the video, like it, and consider subscribing to the channel for more awesome car content coming at you soon. As always guys, I'll see you in the next one.